people will take any kind of an executive position.
I'm sorry, what was that last point you made?
Small group for active members because very few will become active on the executive.
Right. Okay. So if you were to think about a potential monthly donors, your list is relatively small, being out there in the small communities.
Yeah, we'd be happy if we were to successfully get, say, two to start with, right? I mean, two
Yeah,
is still a better start than nothing.
that's right.
And
Yeah.
even at $10 a month, that's still generally more than most people will give for their memberships. So
Hmm. Hmm.
so it's a good goal. And my question would be too, do you have to phone the members? Can you put the appeal out by email?
Sure. We did both. We did phone, we did email, we did Facebook. Any way we can to reach people. We
Okay.
promoted where this group, Clone Right Life Society, is on a campaign to build a membership base, and we put it all out there in any means that we could. You
Okay,
know,
thank you.
yeah, I'm going to mute you again just because I have the power and okay. And that brings us right to the next point, Carol. You want to identify your recruitment tools. So we had telephone, emails, Facebook page. You might have a TikTok account. You might have Instagram, a YouTube channel, like any way you can to sort of promote and blast out that, hey, if you want to become a donor, you can. You can purchase advertising at, say, in your church bulletins or even your local radio station or TV station, whatever you think you can afford to get the message out and to get your appeal out. Let your community know that you're looking for monthly donors, and church bulletin is probably, you won't have to pay for that. And churches maybe, could also, if you share their membership list with you, I don't know, or so, contacts in the churches. At least some churches, they list right on there, the main organizations that they support or that they're a part of, whether it be with the Catholic churches, there might be, the Knights of Columbus, the CWL, the Your Local Right to Life group, all the different groups and the contact person for those groups. So those people you can approach too to become monthly donors or to ask them to ask their members to become monthly donors. Okay. Okay, develop call script, messaging, and graphics. So the call script, when you're going to be calling people, you want to have a little bit of a blurb to introduce yourself and to explain why you're calling. And that is, you want it to be there as more of a framework because some people just react differently. Sometimes, and especially in the smaller communities, you're going to know the person you're calling, so you don't have to recite this sort of robotic script, pitch to them. You just want to be genuine and real. But the script, definitely, for when we had 12 to 15 callers and they're calling strangers up, I mean, they have to have a script to follow. And then they can just be fluid with it and they can read the other person. The other person might be very friendly on the other side and they can start talking, going off on side things and talking about things. The other person might be very quiet and just not really engaging on the other side. So then the script comes in handy. You can appeal to your script if you're sort of at a loss of what to say to this person.
Well, then isn't there a problem with calling with all these organizations that are calling for donations like we used to get them weekly? And as
Hmm.
soon as you hear this, somebody asking for a donation for the heart, heart stroke, this, that, and everything, it's just people are automatically turned off with calls right
For
off the
sure.
bat.
Yeah, for sure, sometimes. And that's why you have to set a reasonable goal. We set 40, we wanted 40 people to say yes out of 300. I mean, that's only what, 12%. So one in every 10 or 12 people, if it says yes, I mean, that's pretty good. You're probably going to
So
get half the people.
maybe if they knew the person that was calling it might help.
It might that could help, or sometimes the person who's calling might feel uncomfortable calling a certain person that they know on the list for whatever reason. They might have a history or something, and that's going to come later when you designate your list of people and you want to identify, okay, is everybody okay with this list they have? Is there anyone on there that you don't feel comfortable calling because you have a history with them or whatever the case may be? Then they can opt out of calling that person and someone else can call that person. But yes, Don, you are going to get people who just don't want to give over the phone. But that's okay. I mean, people still do it because it works. Call soliciting still works. You're still going to get your few people who will say yes. Okay. Okay, you want to have a reason why someone should donate monthly. So, and this goes back to when you're first sort of founding your thing. What is the goal here? Are you going to tell people that you want to set up a billboard in the Nelson area or in the trail area? You want a billboard on the highway, and then people who donate that they can see that billboard when they drive by, and they'll feel good that, hey, I had a part of having that billboard up on the highway there. Or do you just want to do something general, just support all of what we do over the year? We reach X amount of people through all our campaigns, such as this, and this. Can you please, well, we want you to contribute so we can keep these various campaigns going. But you got to come up with some kind of a reason why a person should donate to you. Okay. And at that, I think what I want to do.
Marlon?
Yeah.
What about estate planning legacy gifts as part of the
Mm-hmm.
benefactors until, like, how would you approach that?
Well, estate planning, I did in some newsletters. I would just have a little blurb on our newsletters saying something about, a great way to give to your local pro-life group long after you're gone is to bequeath a small portion of your estate to the Kelowna Right to Life Society. Please consider doing this. Contact your estate planner for more details,
Okay.
because that can get quite complicated when people have different sorts of estates and different
Yeah.
sorts of investments and things set up, and some can be bequeathed, some can't. Some's part of their estate, some's considered not part of their estate. But as far as monthly giving, I mean, that would be probably for, I don't know if someone could leave that in their estate or not. They may be able to.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I actually did this. Hold on a second. Yeah, current slide. Okay, so ready, set, go. So you're ready to launch now. I just want to see. Okay, so I'm just going to skip to this slide for now. Then we're talking about the call script. So this is the example we came up with. So hello, Mr. or Mrs. Fill in the blank. This is Marlon from the Kelowna Right to Life Society. And then there's a blurb there. And what we had done, we had sent an email and a letter out to these folks ahead of time. So then we reference those. We say, as you may be aware from the email and letter sent to you earlier this month, we are seeking to increase our monthly donor base in order to increase our efforts to protect unborn children from abortion. I trust you'll agree that though there are many causes in this world, few touch the heart of God more than that of speaking up for these innocent children who have no voice to defend themselves. So a very general sort of pro-life appeal. Please support the pro-life cause in general. So some of the groups you may have more success with saying, hey, we want to put up this billboard. You can see the graphic here. It's going to cost X amount of dollars. Can you support us at the cost of $20 a month to help us get this billboard up? So you can have a specific cause or a more general cause like this one was, but you have to have some cause in there. Why should they donate? And then we got into a little more details here. We said, okay, your donation will help us finance billboards, mobile advertising, public demonstrations, social media, and other campaigns. Are you able to help us today by signing up today for a monthly donation of 10, 20, 30, or any amount of your choosing? Okay. Then, okay, now what happens next? If they say, no, I'm sorry, I can't commit the monthly donation at a time, then we can say, okay, we appreciate that you feel monthly giving isn't something you're able to do right now. Would you be open in investing through a special gift? So make a one-time donation toward the cause. Then they may say, okay, I can give you $20 or something, and then you take their information. If the member feels they cannot give anything at all at this time, we understand. Thank you very much. We appreciate your membership and the support that it represents. If at any time you feel you might be able to give on a monthly basis, you're welcome to contact us, and we'd be happy to set you up this way. God bless you, and thank you for your time. Okay, so you sort of want to prepare the caller for the potential, all the potential responses that the person is going to give. Okay. Okay, so you're dividing the call list into manageable segments. So from your membership base, you've got your 300 people, you've got their phone numbers, you've got their names, okay? And you might want to have their emails or any other information that you might need. We picked 20 people to call per person. So that way they can do that. You can do 20 people in one evening for sure. And but if not, if the person could do 10 one evening and 10 the next evening, that's certainly doable. And you're also going to have a lot of people who don't answer, who leave a message, who say, "Oh, I'm not going. He's not here right now, but he'll be back tomorrow." So you want to have a plan in place for your callers, what to do then. You know, what are you going to do? You're going to call back once or twice more to try and then give up on that person, or how are you going to leave a message, or how are you going to handle that? Okay. Again, you're going to start your calls, you're going to send out emails, you're going to post to social media, church bulletins, you have a website, I'm assuming just about everybody has a website now or a Facebook page. So you're going to post your graphics, which is, membership drive, maybe with a catchy image, a little saying on there, join the team, join the cause, stand up for their rights, whatever you might want to hire somebody who has some experience in graphic design to do that, or has a good looking Facebook page, and maybe they can help you with that. And then you want to put out a schedule. What we did was we sent out an email, then we sent a physical letter to not everybody, but to some people, and then we did the calls after that to sort of prep them, then knowing that, hey, we're coming for you. Okay. And you want to stay focused and in touch with the call team. So if you set a date that Friday, by the end of next week, you're going to call 20 people, you want to call a person partway through the week and just say, hey, how are you doing with your list? Any questions, any concerns, anything that we can help you with? Because you just never know. People get busy, things come up in their lives, and they're not able to complete on time. And you might have to step in and take over and call a few people on their behalf. But somehow to get your total campaign to meet its goals and meet its time limits. And again, you want to make adjustments when and where it's needed, and pray for guidance and success. This is a cause that is dear to God's heart, and He's going to help us if we pray and we ask and we say, and if He sees that our cause and our goals are righteous, He's going to help us and make sure that we can give us what we need in order to achieve that. So that's very important. Pray for success. So the call script preparation, this is why I had this over here. Callers should practice their calls. So especially those who are a little intimidated but are willing to do it, do a couple practice calls with them. Call them on their cell, get them to call you on your cell phone, run through the script, throw a little curveball at them here and there, see how they handle it, get them accustomed to, pretty much memorize the script and certainly memorize how to react to the different reactions that they're going to get from the people they're calling. And very important, you want to set up the ability to sign up donors on the spot. So does everybody have an online company that can process payments online? Like Canada Helps is a good one. Kelowna, Vernon has Canada Helps. Does Kamloops have Canada Helps account?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? Okay, well, it's free to sign up. And Canada, and they're a very well known and well respected organization. Any you have to be a registered charity though in order to sign up with them. And they take your business number and you sign up and put all your information in there, link it to your bank account that you want the payments to go into. And they're quite good because they often hold information sessions for all the nonprofits across Canada. You can put your link right into the emails that you send someone so the person can just click on that link and make a donation right there on the spot. And once you have them on the phone and they say, yes, I want to call, you can either walk them through the process on the online. So you can say, okay, go to this website and then put in this, and away you go. Or they can give you their card information all the card information you're going to need. And then you can, after you hang up, you can go in and process or give it to the head person, the executive director or whoever's leading the team, and they can go ahead and set up online from this person's credit card and start monthly payments for them. Another one is called Stripe.com that we use. And there's also Square is out there. Square.com. Then that one has the ability to set up monthly payments as well. I'm very sure. And make sure your volunteers are always very appreciative and show people respect, even if they say no and I'm grumpy and I'm tired of people calling me for money. Like Don, you said some people are gonna react that way. Just say, okay, well, thank you very, very much. We're sorry to bother you, and thank you for being pro-life, and we appreciate you as a member. Have a great evening. God bless you. Okay. Okay, we went through that all the time. Okay, so if they say, yes, we do want to be a monthly donor, hey, say, hey, thank you very much. That's really wonderful. Make sure you express your sincerity and your appreciation, and then ask how they would like to be set up. Credit card, check, or bank card. Now, our bank, being a credit union, does not have the ability to set up withdrawals directly from people's accounts. That's just the way our account is, so we have not been able to do that. And I think that would be the best because credit cards expire, credit cards get stolen and canceled, and all of a sudden this person's monthly donation didn't come through this month because of one of those things happened. But a bank card, as long as their account's open, never really expires. So if your bank has the ability to take payments out of a supporter's bank on a monthly basis, then that's the best. So I would recommend that you approach your bank and ask them if it's possible to do that. And if it is, become familiar with the process on how to do that and get the appropriate information from the donor so you can set that up for them. But if not, it's mostly a credit card. All of ours are credit card. Nobody has said they're going to pay check, although they have, but they say I'll just send in a check at Christmas time once a year, and that's great. Thank you very much. We'll look forward to that, and we thank you very much. But they can, if they want to do 12 post-dated checks, write them out to us, and then mail them to us, or we can go pick them up, and then you have 12 post-dated checks from that person, and you can just deposit into your account once a month or whenever you go to your bank. Okay, any questions on that, on actually processing the monthly payments from your donors? Okay, so there are the websites for you. If you'd like to review them again, CanadaHelps.org is, I would say, your number one. And what they also do, anytime someone makes a donation, that Canada Helps will automatically email them the tax receipt, the official Government of Canada tax receipt that they need. So you don't have to do that for them at the end of the year either. Canada Helps does it for you. Stripe.com is more just a simple, they'll take their money and they'll deposit it into your account. And Stripe is good in that they can deposit on a daily basis, really anybody that donates through them. Canada Helps usually is once a week or even once every 2 weeks that they'll donate, they'll put everything actually into your bank account. And then Square, I think, is pretty much automatic as well. Pretty much immediate deposit from Square. Take all their necessary information over the phone and set up the payments later if they don't want to walk them through. And that would be what I suggest is the best. Just say, okay, what is your card number, the expiry date, what is the CVV code on the back? And Stripe always asks for their postal code as well. I'm not really sure why, but you have to have their postal code to put in there for the card to work. So get all the necessary information that you need, and then you can just go into your account later on Canada Helps or Stripe or Square and punch everything in by hand. And then please be careful with your donor's credit card information. I usually just tear it up, just shred it up and throw it away. I don't keep it on hand. I mean, once it's gone through and it's verified that their payment has gone through and they're all set up, I just throw their information, get rid of their information, because the last thing you want is, somehow your donor's credit card getting compromised. Somebody roots into your garbage and finds the number and abuses it. So we don't want that to happen. Or if they really don't want to give their information over the phone to you, instruct them on where to go to the website. They would just go to CanadaHelps.org. They would search your organization, go to the donate page, fill in the amounts, fill in the information, and that's it. They're done. They're set up. Okay, so now you have, how are we doing for time? Pretty good. Okay, so now let's say you have your 10, 12, 5, 20 monthly donors set up. You're great and you're ready to go and you're having your $500, $600, $400 a month coming in. You make sure you send your messages of appreciation periodically, and this you really have to judge your people. I used to just phone everybody automatically, and some people would say, Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay. Some people say, oh, you didn't have to call me. That's okay. Just put the donation in. You don't have to call. So they don't really want to be called. They just want to make their donation sort of be left alone. And they don't But then other people do. They start to think, gee, I've been donating, and that person, that organization, I haven't heard from that organization for several months now. Like, why am I donating money? So you have to know your donor and build that relationship with your donor and get to know. Okay, and a lot of people you're going to see out on the street, you're going to see at the events, you're going to see at your pro-life gatherings, and you can make sure if you see someone who's a monthly donor, make sure, hey, thank you, and thank you for continuing to be a monthly donor. We really do appreciate it. Even just a little note of appreciation goes a long way. Keep all your donors and your monthly donors informed of your activities. So you get that billboard finally. You tell them, okay, we've just so you know, we've got our billboard. It's all approved, all the graphics are in, and it should be up by the end of June. So watch for that billboard in your area at the end of June. And thank you very much. We couldn't have done it without you. So keep your donors informed so they know that their money is working. Track and follow up with anyone who has lapsed, not lapses. So again, once in a while, I all of a sudden get a note from Stripe saying, "Oh, such and such a payment did not fail to go through," and it's because they had to cancel their card because it got lost or stolen, um, or just expired on them, or they moved, or whatever the case may be. And then right away, just send a quick note. Hi, we've noticed your monthly payment stopped. Is there anything we can help you with, or did you intend on just in case you didn't notice, or it was by accident, can we get you reset up on your monthly payments? And they'll either say yes, or they'll say, oh, we've had to downsize. We just can't afford it anymore. And just say, okay, thank you very much. And thank you for being a donor for as long as you were. We appreciate it very much. So, and you'll find a lot of people, they've actually phoned me and said, hey, my card is expiring next month, or I had a new card and here's my new card information. So they're very on top of their giving and they're very on top of the money that's going through their account. So they'll actually phone us and let us know, hey, we have to make these changes to their card or otherwise their payments are not going to go through. And then we can start all over again. We can launch it after a year, 2, 3 years, 4 years. For us, it's been 5 years, almost 5.5 years, and we have not relaunched our campaigns. We have not relaunched a new campaign. We are currently sitting at 36 donors, for about $1,400 a month, which is not too far from when we first finished our campaign. We were up around 48 donors at around $1,500 or $1,600 a month. So some donors fell off. Others just come on naturally. If you have the button on your website saying, hey, become a monthly donor, you never know. People just click on it. We had that happen. They're giving $100 a month. Then she phoned up a couple months later and she said, we want to increase to $200 a month. We like what you're doing. We like your website. We see your billboards. We see your activities and we want to give you $200 a month. That's fantastic. That's wonderful. So it can grow generically on its own, but if you just leave it alone, it will eventually taper down because people pass away, people move away, the cards expire and they don't renew. So you're going to have it going down a little bit, but it's actually quite resilient. You're going to find your monthly donor base is quite resilient. And like I said, after almost 6 years now, we've only gone down about $200 a month from 16 to 14. So it's been good, and we have not done any sort of orchestrated top up. Okay, so I'm going to unmute everybody, or everybody can unmute. I think I'm done my presentation now. I hope it was informative and helpful to all of you, and I hope that if you you do in fact start a monthly donor base, keep me posted on your success. And I can also, if you think I can be a help to you in any which way, then you can go ahead and give me a call or fire me off an email and with any questions or concerns or advice that you're seeking, and I'll be happy to help you out as best I can. But I think it's good, and the part about building relationship with your donor, I think that's really the key part. If somebody's donating monthly, I see them once in a while out there, and hey, how are you? They invite me over for dinner. You got to come for lunch sometime. Let's go do this, let's go do that. Thank you for being a donor, and it builds relationship, and you become a team. It's not just you and your small board trying to get the pro-life message out there. It's you and a whole team of donors and supporters that are getting the message out. Makes a huge difference. And of course, the biggest thing is just, we have $1,400 a month that we're pretty much guaranteed is coming in month after month after month. And that's, that doesn't have to be your whole budget. You also hold fundraisers throughout the year. You have people who donate at Christmas every year. You have just people who regularly then send in donations after you send out your newsletter. So, and then if you have a membership fee, those are coming in as well. So it is only one part of your entire budget and your entire income stream, but it's a very valuable one. Okay, does anybody have any comments or that they'd like to make or suggestions?
Well, it's pretty clear, nicely laid out.
Don't allow. Don, what do you think? I think Vernon has 2 or 3 monthly donors.
I'm not up on that, and of course we rely on our thrift store for most of our funding. So
That's right. Oh, I think,
for us right at this point.
yeah, and that's, one thing that inspired us. We had a similar thrift store as well for many years, and when the building got sold that it was in, and to find a new location for our thrift store, and our volunteer base was aging like the general manager was 96 years old, our volunteer manager. So we just said, hey, we have to look at other ways to raise money aside from this thrift shop. So the monthly donor program was a big part of that.
I just wanted to say, in theory, it certainly is ideal, and this is what we'll aim at.
Mhm.
I was counting my lists a little better, and our group is small. It's over 100. I mean, less than 150. So, and not many active from that group. And in answer to Dawn's original question, I've been with the group at least 60 years. So that gives you an idea of the decades, right?
60.
And hopefully I am not stifling the group, because I do keep putting appeals out and trying to get younger people interested. Sometimes it works. Unfortunately, a lot of them then move away, and if we want to keep it going, we're left with the same small nucleus. So
Yes.
anyway, we will do our best, and thank you very much for all the tips.
Yeah, you're
150 is a
welcome.
good 150 is a good number, Carol.
It is.
It's nothing to
That's a great
No.
number, especially for the size of your community.
yeah. No,
Yeah,
that's a
I
good
was
number.
hoping it was 200, but I did, I checked for sure. So it's closer to just under 150, but we'll work on it.
Do you get
Yeah,
anybody from Castlegar, Carol?
We have a few in our group. There's no longer a separate group in Castlegar.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's your area now. That's your
Right.
town now. Yeah.
Castlegar is under us now as well.
Yeah.
We
And
do have income tax exemption. We have a number, so
perfect.
we never know how long we'll have it, but we're not handling big amounts. So I don't expect Big Brother to be knocking at the door anytime, but
Yeah.
we'll keep it as long as we can.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just never know, Carol. I know that's one of the things about our little pro-life groups are scattered about. We have small and aging memberships, and it's tough, it's tough. We're not like a cure cancer group where 99% of the population out there supports what we're doing. We're a
Right.
pro-life group, and 65% of the population out there wants us to go away, and doesn't want to hear from us. So we definitely have our challenges. But when you phone people and get people involved, you just never know. Someone you phone might say, "Hey, yeah, okay, I'll donate." And what are you guys doing? Is there a way I can get involved? And then all of a sudden, boom, a young person comes on board. You just never know until you reach out and contact and communicate with people.
I was talking to my
Exactly.
sister in Cranbrook, and she said that the young people there are starting up a pregnancy care center. She says it's all the young people that are doing it. That was quite a surprise to me, because
Wow.
that certainly hasn't been my experience here.
Is that in your sort of area, Carol? Cranbrook? Is that fairly
No.
close
Not
to you?
really.
No.
Cranbrook is in the East Kootenays, but that's really commendable that that's happening. We did just in the past 2 years have again, probably a younger, for sure, everybody's younger, a younger group start a pregnancy care center in Castlegar. this is about the third group in the past 60 years in our communities, between Nelson and Trail or whatever. So we're wishing them well, and we support them as best we can.
Awesome. And Carol, my last question to you is, how does a 50-something woman work for pro-life for 60 years? How does that work?
How does it work? Very, very slowly.
Okay.
I move slowly.
Like in reverse
You
almost.
you saw how long it took me to get the camera adjusted. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, that's wonderful. Thank you for all your years you put into this. Is a very important cause, And I still think we're gonna one day this has to resolve, because you can't an injustice can't go on this long without finally something happening, some kind of breakthrough happening. And I think we've already seen it in the U.S. with the Roe v. Wade, and there were people who thought Roe v. Wade would never ever be overturned, and it certainly was.
Yeah.
The 40 Days for Life, what's happening with them is amazing. They're closing clinics all over the place.
Yeah, Planned Parenthoods are getting defunded and shutting their doors, and
the biggest ones in the States too. In Texas, the biggest clinic in the States, plus another big one in New York, and all over the place.
Yeah.
The video preview this afternoon by Zoom, or this morning, from the Right Now group in Canada was very well presented. And
Okay.
I think they're coming out publicly. I believe the date was the 12th. My notes are downstairs. So you have to watch for that and get back in touch with them and ask them to let you know in case you didn't get a chance to watch the Zoom today. Hopefully it will make some really big differences too.
Yeah. Okay. And speaking of our Zoom, I forgot to hit record until partway through. So it's partially recorded, more than half probably. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you for all this information, because we all need it, and we're all in the same boat, and just encouraging us to move forward with getting monthly donors.
Yeah, and Shirley, do you have a thrift shop, or how do you
No,
get
no.
income? No, it's just memberships and donations.
Just memberships and nice people.
And nice people that donate. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I think you're primed to build a little, even 10 or 12 or 15 person donor base there.
I think so too.
And same with you, Carol. I think you can get 10% of your membership. I think that's sort of a reasonable number, a goal to set, is 10% of
Oh yeah, it would
of
for
your
sure be
membership.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you'd be surprised, we thought, let's ask people, even $10 is fantastic. That's $120 a year. I mean,
Exactly.
I'd rather
Yeah.
have 100 people giving $10 a month. That adds up, and most people can give $10 a month, especially if it's a cause they care about. So if that's all you feel comfortable asking people to give, I mean, that's great. We appreciate. We have plenty of our donors give under $20, $20 or under. Probably most of them are at $20 or under, and then just a few bigger ones that top it all off.
Okay, thanks, Marlon.
You're
That's
welcome.
very good.
We can shut down a few minutes early if you want, or if anybody has anything else to say. Speak
just
now or
wanted to-
forever hold your peace.
I just wanted to tell Don John that I haven't been able to reach my treasurer for a few days, but I will be sending that $100 membership dues for the new provincial group. So
Okay.
it is coming, not forgotten.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Debbie, I'll give you a call right after this, okay?
Okay.
Did you say you need me to call you?
No, I'm going to call Debbie.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. Okay, then with that, I'll sign off, and good night, everybody. Thank you for coming. I'll follow up with the person who didn't show up. Believe me, I'll follow up with him. You know who you are. Okay.
Thanks for all your
Thank
time
you.
preparing it.
Yeah, you're welcome. No problem.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Right.
Dawn? Oh, Dawn's gone. Okay. Thanks, Shirley. And we're set for the 24th of April, right, Shirley?
Yeah, I think so. That's a Friday night.
A Friday night. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that should be fine should work for me
Yeah.
just fine. Yeah.
Can you send me before the end of this month a title for your talk?
Sure. Yes. Yeah. I
Yeah.
have been working on
Yeah.
that and thinking about it. And I came up with one or two things, and then I was kind of not comfortable with it. So I'm gonna have to pray a little bit, and
Yeah.
I will get that to you.
Yeah, yeah, because we want to put it in our Christmas newsletter.
Okay. That's a
Okay,
good idea for sure.
great.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Bye.
Shirley. Bye.